In this video I'm going to offer some guidance on how to complete the final task in the Module 4 Dream Building. So opening up Module 4, list of tasks there, and click on the final highlighted task, synthesizing and applying activity 3, what career pathways suit my vision. So this task is about further filtering any careers using the ME Online tool. Now the video on Module 3, synthesizing and applying 3, so the second half of that video, I actually went through that process, but we'll repeat that again. So to open up ME Online, going to type in the URL and log in. So once they're signed into ME Online, they can click on the Explore Occupations tab on the left and use the occupations suggested by the assessment results, which are based on the information they entered into the 3 assessment tasks, or they can explore an occupations by title. So if I search for a teacher, I can maybe find a career that might suit me. So any of those tasks there. So I'm just going to star those. So starring them adds them to your favourites. And in this process, just have students identify any potential careers that they might be interested in. They can always remove them from the list later on. And so these 2 tools here, they're only for really narrowing it down. And so if I wanted to, I could increase it so that I get many more options. So as you can see, it went from only being 1.5 pages worth of careers to 12 by just increasing the range of education levels. Once they've completed that, so once they've starred several careers that they may be interested in following, if they're not sure, get them to star it anyway. They can always follow it up and remove it later if they really are not interested in it. Once they've done that, clicking on the My Favourites option on the left and selecting Occupations will then show only those careers that they have favorited. Clicking on one of those will remove it from the list. So let's say, for example, I've taken a look at radio dispatcher. I realised, no, that's really not what I'm after, and so if I want to remove it from my favourite occupations, then I can click on star again and it will remove it when I next load the page. So you can see it's not there now. For this task, have students examine the occupations that they're interested in. It might be good to limit it so that it's not like hundreds of them, but maybe say half a dozen or so. And they can have a look at those, and they can, based on the overviews or any information on this tab, they can then make a decision about whereabouts they would like to rank that. So the back button will also work for this. So for example, if I looked at secondary school teacher and compared it with coder, clinical coder, I might think, oh no, I actually prefer secondary school teacher over that. So clicking on the up arrow just puts it in a higher position on the list there. So for me, the most important careers would be at the top and the least would be towards the bottom. And so it might be a good idea to just compare 2 at a time. So I'm going to compare clinical coder with secondary school teacher, and okay, I think secondary school teacher is more appropriate. Then I'm going to just go to the next one down, so middle school teacher compared to clinical coder, compare those. Oh, actually I think a middle school teacher might be a bit better, so I'll just bump that up. Okay. So repeat that process a few times and they will eventually come to some kind of ordered list of careers that they can investigate. Now what they need to do is select one of the occupations in their top 3 and develop an action plan to achieve employment in that area. So for example, if I were to choose secondary school teacher, I would develop an action plan in much the same way as we did in the previous task, and I would be trying to I'd be using some of the information presented here in order to that would guide me towards that. So for example, might need a bachelor's degree to become a secondary school teacher, so that would require some kind of tertiary education, and within that would also require getting an ATAR, so completing certain pre-tertiary subjects and things like that. There may be also some other things that might be interested, so in interest, skills and work values, there may be some items in there that might be relevant towards their action plan. Likewise for the work environment, so for example public speaking as a teacher is pretty important, and they may want to improve on their public speaking in some way. So they can develop their action plan based on the information given to them in the ME Online. Once they've completed their action plan, then they can upload that to the appropriate assignment in Fronter.